Hello, what's up everyone? In this video I'm going to teach you Venus in the second house of D9 Navamsa chart. So before beginning, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon and click the like button, and if you have any doubt after watching this video, please do mention it in my below comment section. Okay, so let's begin. So mainly, what do you mean by the Navamsa chart or the D9 chart? See, Navamsa chart or D9 chart is the second most important chart after your birth chart. It is also mainly seen for your strengthness of your planet. So that means that if any planet is debilitated in the birth chart, so let's take for example if Sun is debilitated in the birth chart and that planet is exalted in the Navamsa chart or the D9 chart, that means that the planet Sun is been exalted in the Navamsa chart or the D9 chart. That shows that that planet Sun has gained extra strength or extra power. Now the second thing you need to notice that it is also seen for your married life, how it will be, like it will be very good or it will be bad. For that you need to check the Karaka planet or the significator planet. So see, every individual divisional chart including the main birth chart has its own significator planet or the Karaka planet. So like say for example in the birth chart or the D1 chart, Sun is a significator planet or the Karaka planet. So if Sun is very well placed in your birth chart, that is Sun should be in exalted sign, own sign, Mool Trikona sign or in a friendly sign. So that shows that that too in the Kendras or Trikonas or in the second house or in the 11th house, that shows that you are going to have a very good beautiful life. Okay, so likewise in the Navamsa chart or the D9 chart, if Venus, okay, if Venus is the Karaka planet or significator planet and that planet Venus is exalted or in a Mool Trikona sign, own sign, friendly sign in the Navamsa chart or the D9 chart, so that shows that your married life will be very good. Okay, and it is also seen for mainly your second half of your life, how it will be. So it gets activated after your married life or even second half of your life, that is after 33 or 36 years of age. Okay, so now coming to, it is also seen for mainly marital life and all. Okay, so now coming to the second house of D9 Navamsa chart. Okay, now second house represents your family life, how it will be after your married life, that is you, your spouse, okay, your children, how your family will be. So these are things are represented by second house of D9 Navamsa chart. It also represents whether you will be getting wealth through marriage or through your spouse. So that is seen through second house of D9 Navamsa chart after your married life. And it is also seen for mainly your communication, how it will be, whether you are going to communicate with your spouse in a very harsh manner or in a very sweet manner. So these kind of things are seen through second house of D9 Navamsa chart. Okay, so thus everybody gonna listen to your words after your married life. So and it also shows your source of income, okay, after your married life, how it is, and your status. So these are things mainly the second house of D9 Navamsa chart is mainly seen for. Now coming to planet Venus, Venus represents your spouse, okay, mainly Venus represents your married life. Venus also represents your luxurious life. Venus represents wealth. Venus is also represents for your pleasure, okay, pleasure seeking. Venus represents your artistic talent like music, dancing, singing, anything like that. So these are things are represented by Venus, planet Venus. Now what happens when Venus also represents beautiful spouse in a husband chart, okay, that is wife, beautiful wife. Now what happens when Venus sits in the second house of D9 Navamsa chart, irrespective of the zodiac signs? See, when Venus sits in the second house of D9 Navamsa chart, that shows that after the married life, when the person gets married, immediately the Navamsa chart gets activated. So that means that all the planets will get activated in the Navamsa chart. Venus will also get activated in the Navamsa chart mainly, and Venus in the second house gets also activated. So that shows that Venus in the second house, that shows that after your married life you will get a very good source of income. Your source of income will be very doubled. It will be doubled. Like let's say for example if you are getting like 50,000 before your married life, but after your married life you will be promoted and you will be getting like 1 lakh salary, so like that. So that's the major important role of Venus. Okay, Venus will give very good wealth, okay, through spouse or through marriage. Venus will also get you very good property through your spouse. So let's say for example if Venus in the Taurus zodiac sign, okay, that too in the Kritika nakshatra or particularly any nakshatras or even in the Rohini nakshatra, or Venus is in the Aries in the Rohini Nakshatra, or in the Taurus in the Rohini Nakshatra, so that shows that the person will get a very beautiful wife, or even in the Venus in the Hasta Nakshatra in the second house, or even in the Purva Phalguni Nakshatra, so or in the Shravana Nakshatra. So Venus in the Nakshatra of Moon or Venus itself, that shows that person will get a very beautiful wife. Okay, so these are things mainly it is Venus will provide you. Okay, if it is sitting in the second house of D9 Navamsa chart. Now it also shows that a person will communicate with their spouse in a very artistic manner or in a very sweet manner. Okay, artistic manner means like in a singing or even romantic ways, like that. So they will communicate with their spouse. It also shows that the person will be interested towards music, arts, poetry and all after the married life. Okay, so it also shows that the person will get a very huge amount after married life and also very good properties and all. So these are things that I have analyzed. So Venus in what happens when Venus is sitting in the second house of D9 Navamsa chart. Now what happens when Venus is conjunct with different planets like benefic planets, Moon, Mercury, Jupiter, or even in the malefic planets like Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, Sun and Mars. See, now Venus when conjuncted benefic planets like Moon, Mercury and Jupiter, that shows that person will get a very huge amount of wealth and person will rise high in society. So after a spouse comes to their family will also rise. So these are the things I have seen in many horoscopes. Okay, so that especially in the D9 Navamsa chart. So when Venus is conjuncted benefic Moon, that represents person will be very romantic towards his or her spouse, or his or her spouse will be romantic to him or her. Okay, yeah, so that represents Venus and Moon conjunction qualities, and it also shows that person will be interested towards artistic qualities, artistic talents. Person will be having artistic talents also, and it also shows that mainly person's mother and person's spouse may quarrel each other at during the Moon and Venus Mahadasa or Antardasa, because Moon represents mother, Venus represents spouse. So when they both conjuncted each other, that represent quarrel. Okay, for some time. And when Venus is conjuncted with benefic planets like Jupiter, it represents educated spouse and you will rise very high in your life. Okay, so it also shows that your family will be respected in the society. Now what happens when Venus is, and it also shows that you can earn from teaching also. Okay, because Jupiter represents teaching, guru. Okay, so you can earn money from through teachings also. Like it can be any teaching, online teaching or offline teaching. Now what happens when Venus is conjuncted with benefic planet Mercury, that represents person will be a very good business person. Okay, person will have very good artistic talent also, because Mercury represents business and Venus represents luxurious life and businessman also, and also person will be having very good artistic talent because Venus is arts. Okay, so and person will be having very good voice, where he could be a very good singer also after his or her married life, or his spouse may be a very good singer also. So these are things that I have noticed when Venus is conjuncted benefic planets. Now what happens when Venus is conjuncted malefic planets like Sun, Mars, Rahu, Ketu or Saturn? That represents that there will be a person will have to go and person have to struggle in order to get a very good source of income, and it also shows that there may be some misunderstandings between you and your spouse also. Okay, because Venus represents spouse and malefic planets with Venus represent affliction towards the Venus, and it also shows that misunderstanding between you and your spouse also, because second house represents it's a house of your speech, your communication. Okay, so there will be some misunderstanding to your words, to your speech. Okay, now what happens when Venus is conjuncted planet Sun? That represents that Sun rays are very powerful. Okay, so when it conjuncts with some planets like Venus, okay, so it shows that you can burn your spouse through your very bad communication. Okay, unless and until it is placed in a very good sign. Okay, so these are things it happens. You can talk in a very harsh manner so with your spouse. So these are things it happens, and it also shows that after your married life you can rise very high in your life. Okay, your status will get very high. Okay, your status will be in a very high status. Okay, you'll be in a society where you'll be linked with a very high standard persons and all. Now what happens when Venus is conjunct planet Mars? That represents that person will be very cruel. Okay, person will have very harsh communication towards his family or his or her family, and it also shows that person will actually fight towards their kids, like beating up their kids and all. So these are things that I have seen in many horoscopes. Okay, now what happens when Venus is conjuncted with planet Rahu or Ketu? Like what happens when planet conjuncted with Rahu? That shows that person will get a huge amount of wealth in masses. Okay, like he can't even imagine, he or she can't even imagine, okay, after his or her married life. Like that, a person will be getting very huge amount of wealth, and it also shows that the person will get a very huge amount of car, vehicles and all. Okay, now what happens when you need to see the Rahu dispositor also, okay, where it is placed. So like that, you need to predict by seeing the Rahu Ketu dispositor. Okay, now coming to what happens when Venus is conjuncted with planet Saturn. That represents there will be some problem in the married life, some problem with your spouse, okay, any kind of relationship problem with your spouse and all. So these are things, there will be misunderstanding, communication, something, Saturn will be giving problem to you, okay, after your married life. Now what happens when Venus is conjuncted with planet Ketu? That represents that it actually separates you from the Ketu separates you from the materialistic words, materialistic things, okay, and it can give you very good pleasure in the this one spiritual things and all, like yoga, meditation, and even through occult science also. So these are things that I've analyzed, guys. Venus, what happens when Venus is sitting in the second house of D9 Navamsa chart. So if you are new to my channel, please subscribe below, or else I will see you in the next video. So if you want any consultancy, please do contact me in the below given number in the description box, okay, or else you can mail me also. So until and unless, thank you, bye bye, love you, take care.